So JD Vance got on stage at Turning Point USA and he told white people, you don't have to apologize for being white. Man, nobody wants your apologies. Shall we?
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. And if you're an Asian, you don't have to talk around your skin color when you're applying for college, because we judge people based on who they are, not on ethnicity and things they can't control. We don't persecute you for being male, for being straight, for being gay, for being anything. The only thing that we demand is that you be a great American patriot, and if you're that, you are very much on our team. And the United
And if you are going to be a great patriot and be on their team, you have to ignore the fact that black people have been dogged, disgraced, degraded, raped, robbed, and pillaged by America. Don't pay attention to that. Just focus on loving the country.
Now, I want to be explicit because, of course, the fake news media will twist everything that I say. I'm not saying you feel about them the same way I do. I'm not saying you have to be a Christian to be an American. I'm saying something simpler and truer. Christianity is America's creed. The shared moral language from the Revolution to the Civil War and beyond. Across that history, our country's major debates have always centered on how we could best as a people please God.
Don't you love it how JD Vance and other Republicans try to frame this like, hey man, Christianity, that's our thing. Yeah, why is it also your thing to make your pockets so fat from compromising all your values in order to satisfy the donor class? You know, the billionaires and the millionaires. People that give to your, to your political party. Yeah, Vance wants to hide behind whiteness and nationalism, patriotism. At the end of the day, it's all a distraction from brokeism.
December marks 7 months straight of zero releases at the southern border. More than 2.5 million illegal immigrants have left the United States, the first time in over 50 years that we have had negative net migration, and it's just the start. And we have finally made it.
Whoa, let's hold up there, Scooter. So me to tell me we stopped, we have a net migration, that means less people are coming in that are leaving, and our money still ain't right? What does that tell us about what's really going on here? Yeah, that's giving us breadcrumbs, family, that it's not just stopping the immigration, we gotta do something else. We gotta stop the corporations.
Clear that in the United States, we believe in hard work and merit. Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex.
I feel like Tone Loc in Heat. Remember that? Fam, he says that the Republican Party doesn't discriminate against anyone. Fam, you discriminate against non-whites in your own political party all the time. I mean,
there's a different vision of American identity that's emergent in certain corridors of the online right. It makes you believe that somehow I am less of an American.
Vivek's learning the hard way right now just how welcoming the Republicans are, how welcoming MAGA is to people that aren't white. Man, I'm not saying there isn't racist problems in the Democratic Party. They just hide theirs better. Republicans don't hide theirs at all. And you can say that's good. You like it when people keep their racism up front. Yeah, until they call you an N-word in your face in front of you and your kids. Then how do you feel? Or when you're trying to go do some shopping at the local mall and the counter girl gives you a whole load of N-word soup to go with your soup. Yeah, then all of a sudden, how empowered do you feel? Yeah, but she was just keeping it real, right?
Real wages are finally growing. Inflation is half of what it was under Democrats. Gas prices are their lowest in years. And we have finally made it clear that in the United States, we believe in hard work and merit. Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex.
Man, that is rich. To sit up there in front of this crowd and say, hey, meritocracy is where it's at. Suddenly it's meritocracy. Been in America a while. I've been black my whole life, and I've always known I'd have to work twice as hard to do as well as white people. JD Vance says how I lived the experience, what we know to be true about how the selection criteria goes in all areas. Why is it always the best ones or the white ones? Huh? Hey, man, I don't care if you're racist or not. We're talking about money, and this is always a distraction from the money. This is a distraction from the corporate welfare that you're hooking up your buddies with. That's really what it's about, man. So when he starts talking about meritocracy, culture, and wars, all this types of stuff, what he's not talking about is your pocket. And that's why the MAGA keep falling for it. Because some of them are so hooked up in racism and bigotry and being afraid of other people taking their spot, they don't realize their spot is shit. And when Trump's talking about shithole countries, there's a lot of shithole cities, a lot of shithole blocks, and a lot of shithole families living right here in America broke as hell. But that's not the narrative that any of JD Vance, him and his friends at Turning Point USA want to focus on. The money.
And Jasmine Crockett. Oh, Jasmine Crockett. The record speaks for itself. She wants to be a senator, though her street girl persona is about as real as her nails. But ask yourself, what do all of these people have in common? And the unfortunate answer is they are puppets. They don't actually matter. They are cogs in a machine that wants to make you poorer, that wants to make you less powerful, and wants to make you less safe in the country your ancestors built.
Oh, you mean a country free against your will that you built? Oh, you're talking about black Americans. No? Right? No? Yes? Why does this guy have to mention Jasmine Crockett? I know she's having a field day on this one. Let's not pretend Jasmine Crockett is why the MAGAs are broke. Yeah, poor whites before Jasmine Crockett came out of her mama's womb. Let's cut the shit. Let's stop. And whether she's got a street persona or whether her nails or eyelashes are real, don't change the fact your party gives a lot of money to the military-industrial complex that they didn't even ask for.
What are the fruits of these people and their principles? And the answer is a man named Tyler Robinson who killed my friend. Think about it. He has everything that the far left want from our young men. He rejected the conservatism and the spirituality, the values of a small town family. He moved into a small apartment. He became addicted to porn. He became addicted to hate. And he ended up sleeping with somebody who doesn't know whether they're a man or a woman. The fruits of true Christianity are men like Charlie Kirk.
Oh, there it is. Money shot. Well, this is Turning Point USA, so of course they got to try to cash in on the Charlie Kirk paid. But at the end of the day, broke people, young people at Turning Point USA can't move out their mama's house because they can't find a decent job because our economy is garbage. And that's what they should be focused on. And JD Vance wants them to focus on a guy whose name they shouldn't even know, who shot another guy. How often does that happen in America? A whole hell of a lot. Get back to talking about the money and how you're going to make our lives better. Isn't that what an AmFest should be about? Money and the haves and have-nots. Not all this culture war and now isolated violence.
Do you promise to take the country back from the people who took his life? Do you promise to help defeat the radicals who cheered his death? Do you promise to honor his memory by having faith in the God he loved? My friends, commit to these things, and I promise you victory.
These guys are always talking about taking the country back. Taking it back from who, fam? Only people that got the country are the corporations and the ultra-rich that control this shit. And that's really what the conversation must be focused on. And that's what JD Vance is talking up here for 25, 30 minutes to keep us from focusing on. Who's got the real power in the country? It's not immigrants. It's not Tyler, whatever his name is. It's not Jasmine Crockett. It's not anything that he mentioned. He didn't go after anything, fam. Nothing substantive. And that's what's scary. There are people saying, oh, this JD Vance speech was amazing. Looking at the next president. Now, you're looking at an empty suit that talks fast. It has the stomach for lying to the American people that keeps us divided. Fighting this black, brown, white, Asian, Native American, immigrant, Muslim bullshit. Yeah, I advocate for black Americans, and I'm no idiot. I understand what's going on here. It's money. It's money in the rich and powerful. Staying rich and powerful. It's the corporate welfare system. It's the media supporting it, powering it, running it. And it's people like JD Vance who are funded by them to lie to us. We ain't got much time. We got to get our shit together real quick. The only positive is that soon MAGA is going to be left in the hands of people like JD Vance. And he ain't going to be anywhere near as effective as Trump. So when JD Vance is talking about white people, don't be worried about defending your whiteness. Remember, he's not defending you. He's defending his donors, profiting the most rich and keeping the rest of us broke, locked out, desperate. I'm Tim Black. This is the most dangerous show in America. Subscribe, save, and share. And always stay dangerous. Merry Christmas.